I mean, I want to talk about Angus Crichton, first of all. The level he has taken his game to, this is how crazy it is. This bloke was about to go to rugby union and it fell through earlier this year. That's how close we were to losing this bloke to another game.
He was playing reserve grade. So
in Rezzies. And now we're sitting here going, he just won a Wally Lewis medal. Like, that is an incredible turnaround. Think about how far this bloke's come with all the mental health stuff he's had to deal with. And not only the actual mental health stuff he's had to deal with, it's the media around the mental health stuff, the mistruths and all that kind of stuff. Then to turn it around and win Man of the Series in an Origin that'll go down in history, it's an incredible feat from Angus Crichton.
Yeah, well, it's one of the great stories of rugby league of the last 10 years, just even in sport, for
absolutely.
a player that's gone from rock bottom, well publicised. I saw him do a really good story on, I think it was Channel 9 the other night. He got a bit emotional and he spoke about his setbacks and the amount of kids that he would have inspired that are going through similar things, watching. He inspired me.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
To come from that sort of setback, have his position questioned at the Roosters, obviously the talk around Fafita coming to the club, and then to not only just come back into Origin, play probably some of the best footy we've ever seen from a back rower in Origin, making it personal, and then to get the Wally Lewis medal. It's probably the story of the year in sport, in my opinion.
Incredible.
In all sports. I know we've got the Olympics coming up.
Yeah.
But to what he's done and where he's come from, and probably people that have been around him and seen how rock bottom he was. What a story.
Well, he was, 12 months ago or maybe a little bit longer, he was in a psychiatric ward. And he talked about that. He talked about being over in Europe. And now he's in the pinnacle of our game, winning Man of the Series. It's an incredible story.
Yeah. It's one of the great stories and comebacks in Australian sport. I did a story on Angus Crichton at the Telegraph when I was working there in the younger days, and he went to school at Scots College. He's from Temora, I believe, Temora Young, around there. And he became, when he was like year 11 or 12, really good mates with two of the year 7 Indigenous boys from Arnhem Land, up Darwin, up around that area, north of Australia. And blokes in their off-season footy players, they go to Europe, party, Yahoo, do all that, well-earned also. I don't know if it was a couple of times or whatever, but he used to go up there and go to Arnhem Land and spend time with them and spend time with the communities. So to see a bloke who's gone through a rough trot and do this in his off-season, clearly a good fella, come back from being on the brink of ending his footy career to doing that and win the Wally Lewis medal, to doing the fashion that he did, it's one of the great Australian sporting stories, not just rugby league.
It's amazing, and the way he played with the physicality. Every time he ran the ball, he was a problem. I thought Queensland did a much better job in Game 3 than they did Game 2, but at the same time, like, he was still constantly. I mean, first run of the game, bumps Dan Gagai, gets an offload. You guys make a line break. Just
on top of that, looking back at it, I was like, he's bumped and sort of throwing out the back. He had 2 blokes on him, and he still got that ball away and went for it in the first set of the game.
Incredible.
He had 6 offloads.
Yeah.
He's the perfect body type for a back rower, isn't he? He's got everything to his game, physicality, makes it personal. It's all the defensive efforts too, isn't it? Like his kick pressures and his ability to pressure a half just on big short sides and all those little things he does is extreme. And we spoke about it last week. His leader, obviously, when he went to the Roosters, Boyd Cordner, was probably the last we've seen at that relentless pursuit of going after the opposition half and the way he just constantly finds his front. There's no one like him in the game at the moment. And he plays long, big minutes, and he's involved in everything.
And he won the series. He was off for 15 minutes in Game 3 as well. And he still won Player of the Series. So an amazing story from Angus Crichton.
How's this for a stat? In 65 minutes, he had 13 tackles. How weird is that?
I mean, it just shows you how dominant New South Wales were. Like,
Spots it.
Yeah.
Stay away. You know what? You don't want to be running at him. That's probably why. Go to the other side. So look, Angus Crichton, what an inspiration for anyone that's going through something tough right now, whether it's mental health or whatever it is. You can find your way back to, even better than where you were before. So good from Angus Crichton. I want to talk about Jarome Luai though, because he's a guy that has just been so polarising for so many fans, and now he has just made the big play that has won New South Wales a historic win up in Brisbane in a decider, the first time in 19 years. Obviously I'm not saying that it's as good as a Joey John performance 2004. I'm not saying that at all. But it is a moment in Suncorp to win a series decider like that. That goes down in history. 19 years. What a turnaround for him as well. And surely there's a lot of New South Welshmen that, begrudgingly, when they watch him play for Penrith, they dislike him, but begrudgingly are turning around to Luai going, you know what? You might be a little bit rogue, you might be a little bit polarising, but you're our rogue. You're our rogue that gets the job done.
Yeah, well, you hope he's got 1 million fans now. We just keep saying it every week. No, he just keeps delivering in big moments, in big games. Yeah, his little man cave now has got about two Origin series and 3 grand finals, and he could retire tomorrow being a happy boy. So, with all that he's done in the game, and I think I don't know Jarome, but I think he sort of enjoys people being against him. It's all part of his persona, I reckon. It's probably what gets him going. A bit like what Latrell approaches footy in a way. Those sort of players. World against them mentality, and he just keeps delivering. And as you said, it goes unassumed. It's all the little things he does too. That running game, he's always constantly probing back at the ruck. His short kicking game's underrated. He can build pressure. He come up with a great kick in the first half today where we forced a restart, where Walsh actually I thought went out. Kick chase, and then we obviously got the restart the next one. But all those little moments go underestimated. He doesn't get the credit for that. So it's not just the Larry play, it's all the little things he does too. That left foot kick down that 30-metre corridor is so underrated in big games.
Mate, the amount of times too, when plays break down, it's looking like it's going to be a negative play for New South Wales, and he'll turn it into a positive just with his footwork, stepping back inside, finding extra pass. I think there was a couple times where DC would shoot up and Luai would go back inside and he would pass to Moses, and Moses would get a good kick towards Zach Lomax. And it's all those little things that, what a year for Luai. Like, what a year for Luai.
He's our Cameron Munster now, isn't he?
He has to be,
He's polarising. He's happy to play up to the fans. He's happy to put himself out there, but he delivers. And I'm just so happy for him. Like, whether he gave a shit about it or not, I don't know. But there was always this: he needs Nathan Cleary. He's proven now in a World Cup final with Samoa, even this year in recent games without Nathan Cleary playing as a dominant half, and now back-to-back Origin match wins, and even quite a good game in game one, he's proven he's not relying on Nathan Cleary. And without going ahead to next year in Rugby League, I'm so excited for that because he's shown that he can be the man.
Well, you mentioned next year, he's only just getting started. Kickstart that Tigers dynasty as well. So plenty to look forward to for Jarome Luai.
Absolutely. I mean, as I said, what an incredible performance from Luai. And it hasn't just been one game too. Luai's been good, game 1, 2 and 3. And he's probably been, he's definitely been in your top 5 of the whole series. And this is coming from, as we've just mentioned, a guy that a lot of people say he's nothing without Cleary. He's been in your top 5 in a historic series win, and also came up with the big play to win the series at Suncorp. Amazing stuff.